Let's get back in the studio as we get back in here for segment 2. I know you guys are writing it down. I know you guys are watching. You're writing it down. You're seeing how we do this stuff. Yes, segment 2. Look at it. Get ready. Look, he's getting ready for the segment. Are you stretched out enough? Crack.
I gotta get ready. I got a match coming up.
Uh-oh.
All right. Hey, how are my pythons looking?
Not Pythonish.
How about this one? No, they look the same? All right.
Look the same week.
Hey, be nice, Lou.
I'm only kidding. I know you're the Captain Bogey. You protect and defend the few show.
Yes, to my last dying breath. That's right. You guys heard that out there? MFG?
MFG. Well, we're setting a challenge. Hey. Segment 2 is on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to segment 2 of The Few Show in HD, show in high definition, and show on Max's phone. Yeah. So now the moment that you've been waiting for. Let's welcome our special guest today here in episode 16, Beyond the Max, Max Stardom.
Max.
What's up, brother? All right. There is you, and you are here live.
Thank you.
You know?
I'm really glad to be here.
I really appreciate that because usually I see you a lot in pictures or
That's
you're
a really
wrestling.
old picture.
Yeah. Looking good, but looking better. Look at that. Evolution, right?
Of course.
Awesome. All right. So this segment, and I don't know, 24/7 Lou, they caught me stretching.
Yeah, we caught you stretching there. We caught you stretching, getting ready.
Because I was getting prepared here for this F5 match. Yeah, you guys know I always do an F5 match with whoever's on my show. Try to go one-on-one. Right now, my record is 0-16.
Jesus.
0-16.
Oh my God.
0-15. Yeah, let's mark this one down. You got this one already.
Yeah. So I'm going to try real hard here with the F5 questions to try to stump Max Stardom. But of course, the studio audience will decide. Oh, shoot. I don't think you need to be flexing so much, man. I need to flex more. All right. So, in this F5 match, you might be asking yourself, what is the F5 match? It's the Few Fast 5 Fanatic Face-Off! Yeah. Oh, let's take a little face-off picture here. Ready? All right. There it is. We captured the moment. Now, I will be asking those questions, and let's see what Max Stardom does with them. So let's go to the tail of the tape. Presenting in my corner, Captain Bogey, measuring at 6 feet tall, weighing in at... it's okay. Hailing from NYC, Miami. The wrestling promotion is Few Show. Now, my finishing move is the F5. Gotcha. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm going to see if I can get him in the F5. Gotcha. But he can... Oh, what's that over there?
Gotcha. Oh, no, I didn't get it.
He's on point. My catchphrase is, if you ain't here, you're nowhere. That's right. And today, I will be facing Max Stardom. Height and weight. 5 feet, 5 inches, weighing in at, and we did a little bit of research here. Hopefully this is correct. 190?
Yep.
All right. At 190. Hailing from, born and raised from the county of Dade. Yeah. He debuted.
305.
305. Wow. Got a lot of Dade fans here. He debuted in March of 2008. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Been around for 9 years. Next year will make 10.
10 years.
That's a long time, man.
Definitely.
All right. He was trained by Soul Man Alex G and Rusty Brooks. Yes. That's a lot of knowledge there. A lot of knowledge. Resume of promotions. And let me catch my breath here first. Is ICW, D1PW, IWC, CCW Coastal Championship Wrestling, CCW Combat Championship Wrestling, UCW, UEPW, PWF, SFWA, SFCW, CWE, NWC, SECW, IWE, ASW, CWF, ACW, WXW, SFW, FOW, I Believe in Wrestling, LPW, Dragon Gate, Unipro, BMW, BPW, USWA, NEW, Uproar,
It's a 1 hour
Vintage
show,
Pro
by the way.
Wrestling, Ronin, X Wrestling, and Brainbusters.
And NXT.
NXT.
And yes, NXT. So, hopefully, research team did a good job here. But does that sound like the extensive?
I think that sounds about right.
All right, that's quite a few.
And
So-
hopefully more.
And so you've been around.
Yeah, been around.
Oh,
Yeah, he said few. Yeah, he said few.
Yeah.
No pun
all right.
intended.
So nicknames. He is the 5-star superstar. Also, one that our research team dug up is Maximo Estrello. Yeah. So that was what
That was like my original name.
original
Trying to
name.
hit the Hispanic gimmick, but it didn't work. It didn't work.
Okay. All right. No. Max Stardom is definitely an awesome name.
Yeah, dude.
That tells a lot. Signature move is the corkscrew wish upon a star, plasma crunch, the 3 series elbows, and the skull shine. The skull
Yeah.
shine is when
Everybody
you
knows about that.
taking
Yeah,
between.
yeah.
Okay.
Kids cover your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about that because I've never seen it anywhere. I haven't seen anyone do it. How did that come up?
Well, a little secret behind this is, wrestling nowadays. Everybody, it's not a secret anymore. When I was a kid, I growing up watching Austin Aries and Alex Shelley. It
Okay.
was Generation Next up in Ring of Honor, and Alex Shelley used to do it, but not as I do it. He used to do it like
Okay.
2 or 3 times, and Alex Shelley was
Gotcha.
one of my favorite wrestlers, so I took it from him.
Nice.
He kind of stopped doing it, so I just kept doing it, and it's stuck
Awesome.
with me ever since then. So
Okay.
thank you, Alex Shelley.
Yeah. And actually, you know when he's about to do it because he preps everybody up. He gets in position and he waits for, the crowd roar and then he gives it to him. Yeah. So, some accomplishments. ICW Purex Crown Champion. D1PW Rookie of the Year for 2008. That says a lot right from the beginning. South Florida Slam Radio September 2012 Wrestler of the Month and a lot more. All right, so we're about to begin here with our F5 questions. So, Max,
Yeah.
are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Let's begin with the first one. What are your first memories of watching wrestling? Let's dig back. I'll be a psychologist for a moment.
The youngest I could remember was watching wrestling in the living room with my grandfather. He hated
Nice.
wrestling.
Really?
He was a boxing guy.
Okay.
So he was always like, "Well, how can you watch this or whatever?" So, but he would stick there. He would
Cool.
stick there and he would watch it with me as long as it made me happy. And
Okay.
I remember watching like Stone Cold with the beer truck.
Oh, nice.
And soaking up Vince McMahon, and he was like, "Oh wow, what is this?"
Nice.
And then as I grew older, one of my best friends, Hector, he would come over and watch Raw with me and SmackDown, and he was the one that introduced me to indie wrestling. I didn't know what indie wrestling was,
Wow. Yeah.
So he started bringing me a bunch of Ring of Honor DVDs. That was my first indie, like wrestling promotion that I caught.
Okay.
And I was in shock. I couldn't believe. That's when I said I used to watch Austin Aries,
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, Alex Shelley, CM Punk.
Wow.
Kevin Steen, Generico, those are the guys that I first started watching. And that just blew my mind. And that's when I was like, I got to get into this.
Nice.
So, Hector started telling me about indie wrestling locally. And then I made it to one, and that's when I met Soul Man Alex G. And that was the beginning.
Very cool. Very cool. And let me touch upon that, how you got introduced to independent wrestling. Because it's amazing. A lot of people just don't know that it's out there. I remember years back going to one wrestling event. I went with 24/7 Lou. I believe it was D1PW. This would have been probably back in, 2010.
Yeah.
But I was blown away. We didn't go to anything much after that until we picked up Full Force in 2014. That's when we started going to Damn, is escaping my ICW? Oh, Unipro.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that's when Unipro was like in their
It's funny.
height.
It's funny that you mentioned Division One Pro Wrestling because Division One Pro Wrestling was the first indie promotion to actually book me.
Nice.
It was Fabulous Frank, and
Okay.
he actually took interest in me and believed in me, and he took me upon there. And thank you, Fabulous Frank, for ever believing in me. I owe him a lot.
Awesome. There's always somebody in the beginning there that believes in you.
Yep.
So independent wrestling. I started doing more and more research, and then of course it just opened up the door. So again, for you guys that just watch WWE and all the big major promotions and not aware that here in Miami area there are local independent wrestling promotions and really great ones. Okay, you will really enjoy it. So you guys check out on our page, and you will see a lot of pictures of a lot of the different events that we go to, so you can be exposed to this. And send me a message. All right, if you need schooling, right here's the teacher.
Yeah, support indie wrestling, guys. Support indie
Yes.
wrestling.
So question number 2. So you've been wrestling since 2008. What motivated you to become a wrestler? Because that's not easy just to choose that. Because you know what? The only thing that we have physically in this world is our body.
Right.
And you have to use it to entertain.
Absolutely. Well, I used to get in trouble in elementary school for we were always had to wear a uniform, but under my uniform I used to always wear a wrestling shirt. It was either the Rock, Stone
Nice.
Cold, whatever. My mom used to buy me everything, all the
Awesome.
wrestling shows, all the toys.
Thank you, Mom. Yeah.
So it's her fault, no. But I just always loved wrestling since I was a kid. It was something that would just take my mind away from everything. I was always into sports. I did every sport when I grew up, but wrestling was something that I could. I can be Ricky when I was home, and then if I can get in the ring and be somebody who I'm not, and take my mind away from things.
Cool.
That just blew my mind. So I became Max Stardom, and yeah, my body takes its toll. I mean, I've been doing it for almost 10 years. My body hurts, but once I'm in the ring, the adrenaline, I don't feel it. I might feel it 2 days later, but it's worth it. It's something that just takes my mind away from my realities and my
Okay.
everyday problems that we all have.
Sure.
And I love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. Well, wow. Well, thank you. And actually, just to mention on the flip side of being a fan, this kind of does the same for us. You know, I mean, we
Right.
suspend belief, for those few hours, and we see you coming down, when you're good or when you're bad, doing your thing, and then what kind of like brings it all around is, after it's done, when you guys, hang around afterwards, and we can come up to you, shake your hand, say what's up, take a picture, see, and you guys know who we are sometimes, and say, hey, how you doing? That really, makes it even more special. So
Well, absolutely. I mean, we can't
appreciate that.
have a wrestling show without you guys. It's just gonna be us, two guys in underwears in a ring. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have fans in the ringside supporting us and cheering us on, we're not working for anything but a camera, and that doesn't do anything for us.
Exactly.
So thank you guys for the same support.
Well, thank you, sir. All right. Yeah. Let's get that fans chant in there. All right. Question number 3. Who are your top 5 wrestlers of all time? Take a moment. Breathe.
Actually, no. I
Mine-
actually have.
oh.
It comes to mind.
Nice.
If I would go from 5 to number 1,
Let's
number
do it.
5 would be Edge. Edge
Wow.
is somebody that from the get-go had my heart. It's just his. I was watching wrestling since he was in the Brood.
Okay.
Since the
Yeah.
beginning, and you
Brood.
could always see his energy. You always see that he was hungry. He was working
Yes.
harder, and you saw his hard work pay off when he little by little he became WWE champion. Having a feud with the biggest name, John Cena.
Huge.
Edge was definitely one of my top 5. Then we
Okay.
have rest in peace, Chris Benoit.
Okay.
I mean, he was one of the best in
Crippler.
the ring. The Crippler, he was one of the best in the ring. To this day, I still see matches of him, and I get goosebumps of how good he was.
Energy,
From top
intensity.
to bottom, you never saw him get tired.
That's
His
true.
cardio, his physique was on point. From there, we go to one of his best friends, Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, wow.
Eddie Guerrero would
Yes.
definitely be in my number 3. Eddie is something that is just unbelievable.
Latino heat.
He was Hispanic like me. He just oozed charisma. He had the total package, and he's another one that came from the bottom to being WWE champion and
Yeah.
multiple time WWE champion. And rest in peace.
All the
He's
way
one of
up.
the greatest, all the way up. Number 2, it's kind of hard, but number 2, be surprised, but it's Dean Malenko.
Wow,
You know,
really?
um,
Dean Malenko, man of 1,000 holds?
Yeah, that's it.
Damn.
Reason why I say Dean Malenko is Soul Man was trained by Dean Malenko. So
Wow.
it's somewhat in my legacy.
Yeah.
And Dean Malenko, if you ever see him wrestling, he is just a pure wrestler.
Okay.
And sometimes I try to watch him and I try to copy his movements, but there's nobody that can be like Dean Malenko.
Sure.
But I always study him.
It's in your DNA.
It's in my DNA.
Nice.
And number one, of course, Rey Mysterio.
Wow.
And I say Rey Mysterio because,
Nice one.
you know, he is what I would call as close as possible to being like me. You know, he's a little shorter than me. He's actually like 5'3".
Wow.
But he if he can do it, I can. That's the way I live my. That's the way he
Yeah.
inspired me. Everything that he's done from being cruiserweight champion all the way to WWE champion.
Yeah.
You know, so he inspired me to keep on moving. And if he can do it at 5'3", I can do it at 5'5". So
Awesome. And he also took it
all the way up.
up. All right. Trying to stump this guy, but he's just hitting me full force, man. All right. Question number 4. What is your most memorable experience you've had so far? I mean, you're talking about 9 years, indies, of course, NXT, but, you know, overall,